This is The Focus.
Welcome back to The Focus, ladies and gentlemen. Caveman,
Hello.
have you been frolicking overseas?
I have been, mate. I've been over to Europe. We've done a bit of shopping.
Well, yeah, because we've secured a new horse at the Tattersalls Autumn Horses in Training Sale, Mukhtalif, which I will inevitably spell wrong on every second horse update.
It's a bit of a tongue twister too.
It doesn't matter. I
Mukhtalif.
don't mind it if the horse's name is bad, but they run good. I do
Exactly.
not care. This son of See the Stars fetched a whopping 325,000 guineas,
a lot
which
of
is
money.
approximately 694,000 AUD. And we're so glad to be involved with this guy in combination with Ciaron Maher, which is great. You must have had the time of your life over there spending that sort of cash on these horses.
We're in a fortunate position where we can now stick our neck out and buy these high class imports. You know, you're buying a horse with a very regally bred page, who's obviously gone out and won very, very well overseas, and we suspect he'll be able to come here and run in our top races here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's dive right in. Mukhtalif's sire is one that we've had some immediate success with, especially from the Tatsale overseas, and that is See the Stars being the same sire as Just Fine, the 2023 Metropolitan winner. Let's delve deep into See the Stars and tell me what you've uncovered about him.
The stallion's a freak. We obviously know him well because he's the same sire as Just Fine. And what we love about his progeny is that they can run well in the Northern Hemisphere and they adapt well to the Southern Hemisphere, which is huge because a lot of these Europeans, they come here and they don't adapt due to the firm tracks, the climate. But the See the Stars progeny tend to really train on well when they're here. Now, he breeds proper stayers. Think Stradivarius, one of my favourite horses of all time. One of the great calls when he wins the Gold Cup by 15 lengths. He's a freak. They've got that stout staying blood in them that our stayers here don't have. So that's why they win so many races. 50 Stars was another good horse that came out here. He won the Australian Cup. Bayid was a top horse there. So he's your quintessential freak. He's been around for a long time. I think he's a 19-year-old now. So he's probably been at stud for 14, 15 years. So he's established himself as one of the best in the world for throwing a stout stayer, and to get one of them's a bit of a coup.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the My Racehorse owners out there, can you provide a bit of a comparison? Mukhtalif's pedigree, Just Fine's pedigree. Who's got the better staying prowess?
Well, we'll talk about it from a dam side of things. I mean, this horse is out of a Ciaron mare. Now, Ciaron is one of one of the best French stallions that you can get your hands on. He stands for well over 200,000. He's had Amelia's Jewel, so that was one of his progeny that you would know well. She's a Group 1 winner here, and they're rare as hen's teeth to get here. He's a very, very well acquainted stallion. He can throw a good middle distance horse, and he stands at the Aga Khan, which is one of the best studs in the world. You're not standing there unless you're top end. So this pedigree here has probably got a bit more sexiness about it compared to Just Fine's. You look down the page, his mum was a stakes winner. The second dam was stakes place, and then the third dam was a Group 1 winner. So there's quality throughout all of the generations, and that'll hopefully translate to race day success.
Yeah, and that damn Masquad, I think that's how you say it. Is it Masquad? Winner over a mile and winner over 2,000 metres. So there's definitely enough juice in there for the staying prowess. Moving on, Mukhtalif has already had 5 starts before this sale where we purchased him. His last 2 starts were quite impressive. Now, we would be here for a long, long time if we were to go through all 5 starts, especially because he is a stayer. So what I'm going to do, you've just come off the plane from the Tat sale.
I've just rolled
You're
off.
jet lagged. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to do a live reaction on his last start. He wins this start by 2.75 lengths. I've already spoiled it for you.
Yep.
But I just want you to go fresh and into it and see how you go.
All right. So I'm going to start from the 50-second mark here. So he's obviously found himself up sitting right in behind the leader, where he's actually a little bit keen, I feel. You can sort of see he wants to 2 things. But then he settles down nicely. So their races over there, as you can see here, these are run at high cruising speeds.
Yep.
In Australia, we sit, and then we sprint. So these are more staying tests compared to the local races. So you can see here they're running along at a fair clip. When they round the bend, he's easily traveling the best. He has a nice long staying action, which we really like. And you can see here when he comes up to the horse in the yellow silks and the horse in the orange on the outside, he's clearly traveling better than anyone else. And you know, what are they now? They're at about the 400. He's the only horse that isn't off the bit, and he's clearly the horse that you want to be on. Probably doesn't have an electric turn of foot, but none of them do. They're stayers. And one thing Ciaron will try to do is train that turn of foot into his sort of action and the way that he races, so he will adapt here. But he can grind, can't he? He could put himself up on the speed, and he does kick, and he doesn't slow down. That's the most exciting thing. He's the strongest horse through the line, and he's absolutely pulled their pants down there, winning by just under 3 lengths. But that's a promising pre-play, and I'm excited to see where he can get to the further that he goes.
Well done to you. An absolute rendition of a live reaction of a race. So well done. And
I tried.
Absolutely. He was a grinding winner, but I like that about stays. Bit of toughness in them.
He will be tough
when they get it, they get to the races. So happy with that. You spoke about Ciaron Maher. This horse is moving from class stable to class stable.
Yeah.
He was with William Haggis over in Europe. Now moves to Ciaron Maher, one of the greatest trainers of stayers in Australia. He was able to have success from a very much a translating thing to what Mukhtalif is going through. Royal Supremacy won the Metrop this year, coming from the Tat Sale.
Yeah.
So a very almost direct link. Tell us about this absolute training behemoth that is Ciaron Maher. You see almost in New South Wales and Victoria, he has almost 6 horses in every race.
Especially the staying races. You look at Caulfield Cups, the Melbourne Cups.
Well, he had 6 in the Zipping Classic, like just a staying Group 3.
And the reason that is not only because he's a good trainer of stays, he's got the facilities, but owners who buy these high-class horses, they want to give them every best possible opportunity, and Kieran's got, God, how many facilities? Bob's, Fingal, Bong Bong. He's got all the tools to get the best out of these stays. And one thing with these stays is you want to train them more in a European way. That slow build up, riders being on their back for longer. You know, if you go to Cranbourne, they come in, the rider sits on their back for 6 minutes and they swap. We need longer, slower build up. And, you know, think Duke de Sessa, even Gold Trip. He gets these imports to win the big races, and that's why we've chosen him for this horse, because we're confident we're going to get the best out of him in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is that he's actually had a real life example with us as well. Like Glory Days is almost at the peak of his powers now.
Yeah.
That so far into his career,
Correct.
he just keeps getting them to improve and improve and improve. And it's a testament to his training and also his methods, the venues that you said, the facilities that he has. They're world class. So Mukhtalif is in very, very good hands in that way. Let's wrap up. We've spoken a lot about Mukhtalif, his pedigree, his career starts to date. He's now being sent to Ciaron Maher. He's almost a no-brainer for people. He will be targeting those bigger races, all going well, obviously, but...
Yeah, he'll probably have to start through the lower end stakes races, but if we can get his rating up, he's going to sort of profile as a Cups horse during the springtime. We've got the timing right with him to be contesting the Group 1 spring races.
And a real advantage that he'll come here off a relatively low rating so he can build through the grades. But anyway, we could talk here for hours. But that wraps up the episode of The Focus that focuses on our very, very new UK import, Mukhtalif.